Jagex has a serious problem. The wilderness is overrun with bots, at least 5 per world, earning 300k per hour killing green dragons. Across the 140 worlds that these bots can access, you're talking about a value in excess of 210 million GP per hour, which amounts to 5 billion gold per day. Frankly, a problem is an understatement. This is my alt account, called WVWVWVWWWW. It was up here until I went and did the recipe for disaster quest that gives defense experience. And we're going to use it to kill green dragon bots for 1 solid hour. We're then going to total up the amount of gold that we made, fire it on the Grand Exchange, and then hopefully that will encourage some of you to go out there and kill green dragon bots yourselves. Let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go! Go, go, go! We actually carried this out in my live stream. Come check me out, twitch.tv/rank1_dogdad. It was a really fun stream with some interaction. Only had a few viewers at the time, but to be honest, it just makes for a more cozy vibe. I'm looking forward to having more folk joining and interacting with people and kind of building my own wee community in RuneScape. We had a bit of a rough start to this challenge where I accidentally teleported a PKer who was standing in the exact spot I would have expected bots to stand in. I didn't bring any alternative attack styles or spec weapons, so if I'm honest, it was just a bit of a survival scenario for me. Thankfully we did get away, and we had one key to show for it, which was to the tune of a very, very humble 37,000 gold coins. So, bit of a rough start. If I'm entirely honest, if I wasn't live streaming it, I likely would have reset this 1 hour, but because I was doing a live stream, I was sort of held accountable. And in the end, I'm actually quite glad that we did it that way, because I think it makes it for a kind of more realistic challenge where something actually kind of goes wrong, as opposed to being left, completely uninterrupted and getting a completely optimized run. So we jumped back out and we had a lot of success in the second run of the challenge. We actually managed to get up to 5 keys, as you'll see here. Probably the hardest challenge of this task is to be really consistent and landing your teleblocks, so you have to be really quick, which is why you can see in the bottom right of the screen that I marked it out. So second set of keys, we get a much bigger reward of 355k in total across the 5 keys. So 5 relatively small keys, but together they actually all add up to a really significant amount. We did some play testing prior to making this video, or taking the 1 hour challenge, to figure out the best way to kill these bots. And we really focused in the ranged bots because they weren't in combat, so they were easily attacked. They had bonus gold relative to their melee counterparts because they were using runite bolts, and without dropping too much of a spoiler, you'll see that actually the runite bolts really add up. So we persevered, and I'm pleased to say that things actually did get a lot smoother from here. The aim was always to end up with 5 keys before going back to the bank, but you'll see throughout the course of the video that wasn't always possible. For example, this run we only managed to get 4 keys, although it came out to a nice 303k total. The whole reason we couldn't get 5 keys every single run, I suppose the truth is about these bots, is that almost all of them are on post 99 range experience. So even with the correct overhead prayers, they do pretty consistent damage. Even though I have my esteemed 13 defense, it doesn't do a great deal to save me from these bots either. So there was actually a period during the playtesting where I'd selected really stupidly to protect from magic instead of protect from range and got bodied by one of the bots. So I won't be living that one down anytime soon. So this was actually quite an unlucky set of keys. It only totaled up to 228k, so almost half of that came from a single key. But we carry on, we get back out there. at the end of the day, the key to this is speed. You can't really control what it is the bots are dropping. There's no way of targeting bots that have absolute bank on them. At the end of the day, you just gotta cycle through every world, clear the bots out, and hope for the best. Even if you don't make much money at the end of the day, you are getting the benefit of doing a little bit of community service for RuneScape, giving the botters a bit of a harder time. As I said, this bot farm is making, what was it, over 200 mil per hour? Billions per day. So even if I can make the smallest dent in that, it's definitely a worthwhile use of your time, because you know, you make RuneScape that bit better for having driven back the bots, and you make your bank account that bit better as well. So it's a win-win really if you think about it. We come to the next set of keys. This is by far the best set. 621k GP in total from this run, so really pleased with this one. Makes a huge boost within the challenge, because we were getting fairly unlucky with the keys thus far. This is kind of the opposite end of things, where you get insanely lucky with the keys. The 222 key, we can attribute most of that to just an absurd amount of rune-out bolts that the bot took out. I think occasionally the bots forget to withdraw like a select amount of rune-out bolts, or either that or they take out a huge amount in one go but don't bank for ages. So I must have caught one whilst it was just banking, or just after it's banked and got new rune-out bolts out. So really lucky getting over 200k in a single key in that one. So coming towards the end of this set of bots, I think we managed to get 4 keys here. Yeah, it was about 4 keys, and it came to a grand total of 292k. So this kind of put it in the more medium range average value for going back and forth. It's not bad for 4 keys, we'll take it. As always, it'd be really nice to be able to squeeze in a 5th key, but sometimes you just get unlucky when you're killing bots. Other times, you know, it's your own damn fault, and the astute observers amongst you will note in my inventory that I am running really short on runes. So unfortunately through the course of this particular run, I actually end up running out of runes, and you can see what it results in. Thankfully I've been doing my melee training, so I had to bash this guy to death. Which made for a kind of shorter trip than usual. So we only killed 3 bots on this run, and we almost died for it as well, and we came back with 249k worth of gold, which, to be honest, for 3 keys I think's pretty good, but it certainly falls below the average of, you know, it's been about 300k per run. But sometimes you just gotta pay the stupidity tax. Again, if this wasn't a live stream, would I have reset? Who knows, but don't get that privilege here, and to be honest, I think it makes for a better video for it. So we get back out there, and this time we get hit by a bit of a streak of bad luck again, where we're getting absolutely shredded by the bots. So we only managed to get 3 kills this time, and it's 3 even worse keys to the tune of 212k. Just super unlucky. Thankfully the law of averages is protecting us a little bit here, and we got that insane 621k 5 key run. So we're hoping that between now and the end of the challenge we can kind of return to normal, get some better keys, hopefully pushing north of 300k per run. We're kind of in the tail end of the challenge now, so I think we only managed to squeeze in like another 3 or 4 runs from here, depending on what the timer was. To begin with this challenge, we actually had a timer in the bottom right hand corner. You might have already noticed it, but because I'm still a novice at live streaming, I couldn't figure out how to keep it live. But anyway, for this set of keys we got a nice 412k gold. We got 4 really good keys, averaging just over 100k each, so really lucky with that one. Pleased that we're kind of returning to form, so to speak, and we head back out. So at this stage of the run we were really pushing it, like trying to be quick, fast clicks, not even taking the time to like admire the loot and stuff like that. It's just all business. Jumping in, getting the loot, back out into the wilderness, and back out to killing bots. We're getting really quick with our tile blocks at this point as well. It just takes a little bit of practice, to be honest, and I'm glad I got that practice in, because it'll become helpful when I want to PK for real. So we got 324k from these keys. Pretty much what you'd expect at this point. You've seen enough of these chests yourself now to know what to expect. 324k across 4 keys is pretty good. I'm looking to do more of these challenges as time goes on. Just 1 hour challenges in the wilderness. Maybe do 6 hour ones or 10 hour ones depending on what the challenge is, but hope to do more of these as time goes on, just because they're really enjoyable. It's quite easy as far as content goes as well, and it makes the game kind of more varied for myself. I'm really enjoying playing RuneScape now and playing my Iron Man, but it's nice to swap it up and do something completely different here and there. PKing is something that I have zero experience in, which I'm sure you've gathered by now, and I'm looking to learn more from it, which is why I'm doing challenges like this. So from this set of keys, we got a nice 5 key run, which is really good towards the end, and we got a total of 375k gold from it. Not amazing if you consider the fact that we've got 5 keys from it, but you know, when you get 5 keys, it's always a good run, so we'll take it. We're back out, and I think this was the very last run. We were actually cutting it fine in the timer, and the very last kill that I get, so I think I got 3 keys this run. When the very last key, as I tail blocked them, the timer went. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm counting that kill. But to surmise now that the hour's been done, we managed to get 45 kills that were on average worth 80k gold each. The worst kill was worth 26k gold, so they must have literally just come out into the wilderness. Our best kill was 222k, massive. This all amounted to 3.5 mil gold in total, making it a really effective money making method. One which I hope many of you will adopt in your own adventures. Remember, this is a method that involves killing bots. It is carried out in the wilderness, so it's not risk free, but it is killing bots, so it's as easy as the wilderness gets. You'll be doing your community a really positive service and making a little bit of gold on the side for yourself, so please have at it. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like it, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out my Twitch channel as well, twitch.tv/rank1_dogdad. Again, it was a really fun stream. I really appreciate you watching this video. I really appreciate your time, and I hope wherever you are, you're having a nice day, night, or whatever it is. So thanks again, and goodbye.